or does it just mean married spouse in particular, not gendered?
Hmm?
I'm not sure. All I know is that you don't want to know what happened to his other wives.
Okay.
Oh,
Sounds
I
like
actually
something
didn't know the
not married.
Bluebeard was a reference to a fairy tale.
Yeah, Bluebeard's Bride.
Oh yeah.
It's a sort of uh, horror story about a man and who kills a bunch of his wives.
Man, I
Mm.
hate it when King Henry
Yeah,
VIII does that.
yeah.
Man, I
Yeah,
hate these fictional
there's
stories.
actually a tabletop RPG um, called named after that story. It's called like Bluebeard's Bride's feminine horror RPG or something. It's
Hmm.
powered by the apocalypse. Um,
Mm.
yeah, I haven't played it, but I listened to an interview with the creator.
Cool. Neat to know that
Neato.
something got so popular enough that a whole game was made of it off this one lore thing. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's not a very well known fairy tale, I guess, but
Well, anyway,
Sometimes it's the best
yeah.
though.
anyway.
So, what was the last thing you heard me saying before, like?
I think it was like when you were like addressing the guy after, about like, well, yeah, we should probably get onto this.
Yeah, tell somebody about
Yeah.
this. What are the workers' fault in securing your saddle? I mean, this could happen to others.
Mm-hmm.
But I also didn't want to leave my friends behind, so I wanted to just look up and make sure that they were okay. Like, if they had seen me, and if I could just wave and be like, give a hand signal.
Oh yeah,
do
no,
some...
you can do that. I'll go on and get a head start.
Okay. Like, are you okay to be by yourself? You're not
Oh
like
yeah,
shook
no,
in emotional
I'm fine.
distress
He
in
gets
the
like
situation.
he has the as a middle-aged dwarf man. He has the ego security of a middle-aged dad. So he insists that he is fine.
I want to do
Is
an
this man
insight.
wearing cargo shorts?
Oh, most definitely. That is a very fashionable thing in dwarven culture. Actually, it's very practical.
Does he look like the kind of man who'd wear an apron that says "Kiss the Chef"?
Yes. Again, very dwarvish thing. In fact, most dwarven culture, actually, I look in the tomes. Yep, it's dad culture. It's that.
Dad culture.
It's dad culture.
Dwarf
but
dad
more
culture.
beards.
Beard. Even beardier.
Even beardier.
I wanted to do
Even the
an
moms are
insight
dads.
check. Even the moms are dads, this is true.
Mm-hmm. But what were you saying?
I would like to do an insight check to see if he really is shooken or not from the experience.
Ooh,
Or if he's
okay, do an insight check.
setting me up.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, that could have been the 19.
Alright, as far as you know, he seems pretty honest. He just
Alright.
seems a lot more, maybe grumpy about the experience. Maybe he just has a lot to say because he just fell almost 20 feet.
Mhm.
You know, maybe his first shot is anger. Who knows? Like, you don't know the guy
Yeah.
that well.
Alright, well, I'll leave him be then and take my dragonfly back up to the others and explain what happened.
Okay.
Since he says he's pretty good on his own.
Mm-hmm,
And then I'll catch up with him after.
All right. So I imagine you relay this information to Grizz
Right.
and Chat.
How easy is it to talk to each other?
You may
This
have to
guy on
speak
his
up a little
dragonflies.
bit just because it's dragonfly wings.
Hey, because it's like...
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, guys! I saved him, did you see?
I did. That was so cool.
Yeah, I'm glad I helped a person. But, maybe we should probably check with them afterwards when we're done here, just to make sure.
Chad is just transfixed on the dragonfly itself, and then only now has become aware of the situation.
You were just like petting the dragon, like, "Good dragonfly."
No, I didn't put it in earlier, or I didn't say my piece earlier, but Chad is uncomfortable with a non-avian large object
No,
flying
understandable.
him.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
But
I
is
was asking,
also
like, yo, what's
relishing
the
flight.
opinions of flying here? And you're just like, what is this?
Like, it's not an obvious thing, but flying's kind of a soft spot.
Mm. Little Corbett insecurity.
Zeb's just on the ground, hanging out with North, a little bit high,
Man.
and just going like, "Am I higher than I thought? Cause did that all just happen?"
Yeah, no, it did. Oh no, the guy who fell down is coming here, and he looks. So, does he look a little angry? Like at me? He like looks at you very concerned.
Did you do something to fuck him over?
I don't think I did. Did I?
Red?
He looks at you like you were the bastion of like you're a bastion eager to see all.
But at some point, I wasn't here. I don't know. Well, we can always talk to the guy.
Oh, well, he looks like he's gonna talk to us. Oh, I'm gonna talk to you, alright? Oh, gosh.
Sir?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Zebediah.
Nice to meet you, Zebediah. I just got my ticket punched over here to get into that dragonfly thing over there. And when someone was assisting me to get on, they didn't set up my seatbelt, and I wasn't told I need to have the seatbelt on. Needless to say, leading me to have a horrible accident that I could have. Well, I don't know if I could have died, but I would have been severely hurt. Oh gosh.
Sir, may I ask who the person who punched your ticket looked like?
Well, I mean, I'd say they look like an elven fellow, probably long blonde hair, noticeable pointy ears. The face was. How did their face go? They seem to have been trouble like after getting out, like, you know, saying like, oh, they were tall, like leaner, like just standard elven traits, and then after that he sort of gets like a bit like he gets a bit confused on like what maybe the finer details were.
Can I suss out any information?
Do... I'd say... Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay, hold on. Choop, choop.
I mean, you... well, like, your brain sort of thinks, like, there's some people that fuck around in the circus, but, like, people don't fuck around that much. Like, your brain, like, for a moment has, like, an idea of, like, maybe it could be someone who, like, is, like, pranking people or something, but then your brain's like, nah, no one's here that much of a dick. Like, I don't know. But it definitely does not sound like anyone that you distinctly remember from any of the Witchlights. And I would say without a roll, you'd say that you know Northwind was the person supposed to be in charge of punching tickets.
Kind of relay some of that information to the guy, just kind of trying to go like, hey, we're unaware of the situation. Sorry that you kind of got wrapped up into this. Because also I realize North is getting a little very anxious.
Yeah, North is like very anxious, and you know he does not handle a lot of stressful situations well, especially because he does not keep secrets. So it's just like, I'm sorry, I can't refund your ticket, hole, because it's just a hole. Maybe, hey Zeb, do you got like, I don't know, like a silver or something? We could maybe give that back to him? Is that like the good thing to do?
here's the thing: we don't really have this situation often. I don't know what fucking carnival policy is.
Well, I don't know. I like the big guy's idea. You know, I got scammed out of a ticket punch. I think it deserved a little something.
I would just like to simply point at my body and just go like, "Sir, do I look like I'd have fucking silver on me right at this moment?" Well, I have to go to the officials.
Oh, fine. Maybe I will talk to your manager.
Sir, may I assume your name is K Rin?
Do you want high or low?
Hi.
How did you fucking know?
Mr. Ren, I saw my little rabbit fellow helped you out a little bit. So would you like to wait for them before we head over to the, I'm trying to figure out I'm trying to figure out where the best place to take this fellow is because I'm carnival official here.
I mean, if you did enable him to talk to the manager, best place would be behind the big top, like around where you are, but that's usually staff only.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Who is a member of like the semi-managerial staff who would just like, yo, wait a second, I know what is Mr. Light still in the circus tent?
Yes, but I think you would know enough, like, Mr. Light would enable you with performer shit. He would not enable you with public relations.
I was more trying to, like, not necessarily do the public relations thing, just more of, like, try and turn this into, like, a fun goof somehow. But,
I would say, like, from your knowledge,
yeah,
that may not be the best idea. Like, you could try it, it's not your best shot.
Then is there a sort of managerial, like, can I roll fucking memory and go like, yo, this manager person would actually be able to handle the situation really well because I have very little power?
I think there is someone you would know that could be good for that. And he's a bugbear named Burley. You know he's around the area. Usually you have to talk to him before Mr. Witch, or he is sort of like the sort of middleman, as it were. So he's like the assistant manager, as it were. So likely if you send him over towards the, like, go behind the big top, he's probably the person who's gonna talk to him first anyway.
Well, Mr. K. Ren, you see, anybody who could really help you right now is in an area that is not available for the public, but I would be willing and helping to help you out and take you back there so you can talk to a higher up. But I would also like to wait for my compatriots to make sure things go on the up and up, you know? Because they were also riding the ride at the same time. They probably have some grievances, I think.
All right. He seems.
It's not lying when you don't know anything.
It's true. It's true. All right. He's a bit impatient, but he's willing to do it for making the argument a bit better. He's smart enough to know that.
I offered him some funny bush.
He does not accept the funny bush. Not at this time. But yeah, so the rest of you guys enjoy your little dragonfly event. The rest of it is pretty uneventful as you descend down and Zebediah relays the information of what his plan is.
Ooh. Driver nods in agreement. I mean, seems like a good idea. If you don't know or have the power to figure out what's going on, we should definitely talk to someone higher up.
Alright. So, you guys are gonna head on over behind the big top. Now, I will say, because you do work at the circus, Zebediah, I feel like you can reasonably at least get these three through.
Like, I just bring them in and just go, like, stand right there, don't touch nothing.
Don't touch nothing. Touch. That's a double negative. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
I might.
And you sort of lead him in through this little back area behind the tent, where there is like this pretty decent sized wall around. Like, it is about it's about 20-foot high wall that's like 5 inches thick of just like plants and thorns for people who usually aren't involved in the circus to sort of stay out and give them a little privacy. And out in this area in particular, you see like some people preparing some of their acts and everything. And but 2 of them in particular that you see is, one of them is I'm gonna get out his icon here. Okay, yeah.
Iconic.
You see one bugbear, one pretty thick bugbear, honestly. Like, he is a unit of a man, who's got like half of a pumpkin head on him as like a little helmet. He seems to be doing some like general like little handyman work, keeping an eye. He seems to be like looking through to see like everything's going all right, making sure like he seems to be like looking at like, this seems like a handmade book he's got, just to double check like, hey, this good? Yeah, everything's going good. And like sort of like a checklist for himself. And right next to what you know as Mr. Witch's and Mr. Light's tent is Taco. Taco, as far as you know, is a man. A normal human. He's a clown. He's got like the clown makeup on. You've never seen him before. And he's, as far as you know, never talked to anyone. He just stands there with his little like bubble pipe, looking at people, never happy about it. You don't know why he's here. He always unsettles you whenever you see him. But yeah, you guys come up, and Burley at some point sort of notices you and just goes, "Oh, Zebediah, so you brought some company back here. Why did you do that?"
Sir?
Hmm?
It was very good intention.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, here's the story, as far as I'm aware of it. See, this man, K. Ren,
Mm-hmm. Nice to meet you,
was
Gary.
enjoying the dragonfly ride,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was getting the ride, and we both know North was supposed to be handling all the things, right?
Yeah, Northland's in charge of that this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, this guy never talked to North.
Yeah, it
So
was
he talked.
some elven person.
Yeah.
I can verify. I saw.
So, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, something is amiss. This man has some problem that we need to at least apologize in some fashion or form for as an official capacity.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to find the guy, I believe. Because they're disrupting the business. I'm pretty sure Mr. Bright and Mr. Lie wouldn't like that.
He like
Yeah.
looks around a bit, and just goes like, Zebediah and I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch your name. He points over towards you, Fiverr.
Oh, I'm Fiverr.
Fiverr, nice to meet you. I'm Burley.
That you are, sir. That you are.
It is, yeah. It's,
Yeah, we lift all the time. We're
Mhm.
gym buddies.
Yeah, we are. It's true. I'm
You think-
gonna need to talk to you guys real quick. And he sort of gives like sort of a space what seems to be a currently empty wagon right now, and will attempt to have a private conversation with you two.
Something amiss, sir?
I think it's just something best that we talk about this privately. Just trust me on this set, okay?
I mean, sure.
Alright, and he gestures you. He sort of opens the door, walks in, sort of takes a seat, encourages you all to take a seat as well.
I do my little bunny sit.
Little bunny sit.
Yeah, I just put my legs up on the edge of the seat. I'm small, so I can kind of just fit and sit up in there. So I'm ready to spring off at a moment's notice.
Uh-huh.
By the way, did we just leave Karen out in the middle, just standing there doing nothing?
Yeah, Burley was just like, you two, I'm gonna talk to you two. And Karen is just like, sort of like, feels a bit left out. He's not saying anything to seem prideful, but he's definitely tapping his foot, like looking a bit disgruntled.
I'm
Karen
leaving-
has just been left with the bird. I was
like a
giving
bird.
him some looks.
He's definitely given us a 1-star review on Yelp.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
But it's okay. He's under
Well,
he's
Hey,
under
yeah.
security of Taco.
the
The
clown. Oh, God.
clown.
Oh,
Wait,
shucks.
let me actually see. Do we have a taco pod? Do we have a taco pod?
We may.
Let me see. Let me see.
Do we
if
have a taco pagar?
Is there a taco pod?
Taco poggers.
I'm cursed to
Alpha
have.
Pogs!
I'm cursed
Alpha
to have
Pog!
my knowledge of icons be. There is a taco pog.
Oh, Jiminy nut fucking.
Now you can witness taco.
They better be crunchy with cheese on top. These.
Look
Oh
at
no,
him.
it's not. It's not all
No,
of it.
he's a
Oh no.
Yeah, no, this man is just in front of, presumably, the boss's wagon. Looking at you. With that look. Just blowing on his bubble pipe. He's just there.
I was thinking this is a joke when you described Taco.
Nope.
But,
Taco's
I'm-
canon.
no, I'm using
You're
My
using?
chat thing. My first class ability out of fear. What do my divine senses tell me?
The most horrific thing is nothing. This man is a man, a human being.
The most horrifying.
The
of all.
the most horrific monster of all, clown.
No.
Here, I'm gonna change the vibe a little bit real quick. Let's see. What's a good...
Oh no, not clown vibes. No.
No, this isn't clown vibes. I'm gonna transition to burly vibe. To...
Okay. Imagine something lumberjacky.
Well, this is a bit more of a serious conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And he sits down, you guys sort of sit down as well, and he seems to take off his his pumpkin helmet.
Sir, you rarely take off your pumpkin helmet.
He rarely does.
This has to be a very serious situation. You don't even take that off the power lift, sir.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I mostly do it because it shows how sweaty I am, and I don't like that. Yeah, no, I know today we've been having a lot of instances like this. I know we've had oh, what's her name? I have to look at the module to get. We had earlier today. Zed, you know Candlefoot, the mine near the Illusion Hall.
Yeah.
Well, he was about to do something very nice. He was about to propose to Falsha, the mermaid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was, and it was really great. But when he did that, he seemed to get real tongue-tied. He hasn't been able to talk since. And then shortly after,
nerves can do that.
Hmm?
I was just gonna say nerves can do that to a folk.
Yeah. Then after that, not long after, Falsa's performance got a lot of heckling going on, leading to her sort of going off. We couldn't really find who the people that were doing it or why, because it's very unusual that people would heckle her, even with, like, you know, young teens that are trying to cause trouble. Some people, whenever we were asking around, like, you know, who's sort of ruining the mood, no one could really pin down who it was. And, now we're hearing about this situation. And, scarier thing is, this isn't even all the problems that's going on around here.
Huh.
Yeah, I know, one thing I've been noticing is that, people have been losing stuff recently. Like, let's see if I have anything over here. He, like, looks over at his little book. Yeah, bad things have been happening, at this carnival for a while. People's things have been gone missing.
Wait a second. What was my opponent's name?
The invisible,
What's
he
his,
was the
like,
invisible devil.
Well, Devil was invisible. He's not normally invisible. I don't think he can normally do that.
No, he doesn't.
We had to completely rewrite the match.
Yeah, and I don't... Oh. Yeah, I think he said something about his boyfriend, but I haven't seen him around for a while.
Seems you have a trickster in your midst.
Yeah. I know
Well,
this
I mean,
trickster thing seems pretty new, but I don't know, I know other people have been missing stuff for a long time now, and that's been going on for a while. And I think the bosses know something about it. But I don't know about this new trickster going around. I think that's our new problem, on top of people losing stuff. Though I don't know if whoever's been doing it, or whatever's been doing it, is just feeling braver now, or if those are just completely different things.
Like maybe they started small and are working their way up to bigger things as they get more comfortable?
Yeah.
Throughout the night, yeah.
And,
I mean, what's bigger thing than trying to ruin one of the main shows in the Big Top?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, maybe, I guess anything bigger than that would be to ruin the festivities as a whole, like, to ruin the reputation of the entire place.
Yeah, and I know my bosses seem to know something's up. You know, I've been around them long enough to know at least when they're gonna pull their punches or not, and they've been holding it back for a little while. And I think you guys may be some of the first people I met that have been able to sort of see what's going on and maybe be able to help. I know Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are good guys, but I think you're gonna need some leverage if you want them to talk about it.
Alright. Like, what kind of leverage? Like,
Well, I know during the big top, at the end of the night when they try to Frank the Monarch, that's the only time they're not really around here. And for the most part, the most valuable thing for Mr. Light is this little rod that he carries around all the time. And for Mr. Witch, it's his watch. It's the thing that makes the carnival go on time and sets this whole thing up real quick. If we're able to get our hands on any of those, that could make him talk. Or maybe if we got some other things on him, we could find it.
I don't know about stealing from the guys that run this place. I mean, they seem pretty important and powerful people, but I wouldn't want to get on their bad side.
I mean, I don't want to get on the bad side either. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they cut our checks.
I do.
This is starting to sound suspicious to Fiverr, so Fiverr wants to do an insight check
Yeah, do it.
on Bugbear Guy. Come here, insight. Yes, good.
16?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He seems to be pretty truthful. This has just been something that's like... It seems like it's an idea that he's like recently just thinking about. Like he's putting things down to see like...
See what sticks.
Yeah, like it seems to make sense to him, but like also it's like the only plan he has, and it's very loose.
Oh no. But here's the thing, Mr. Bryant wants this thing to run smoothly as much as possible. Why would he be okay with someone mucking things up?
Yeah. I haven't met this witch fellow you speak of, but he would seem even more so to want things to run smoothly. I don't see them being in league with whatever trickster is causing this chaos.
Well, it may not be of their own choice. Maybe they have to, or else something worse is gonna happen.
Somebody might be blackmailing them or such.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking if we got whatever, maybe their items on them for a little bit, sort of get their attention. We can sort of find out what that blackmail is, or, if we can, find out what things could be blackmailing them for.
True. There is also a possibility that if we do that, it'll just make everything go capoozle.
Yeah, we would be blamed as the trickster thieves ruining. That would just reinforce us as the ones doing what has already been going on.
Not just that, but if the trickster person sees that we are trying to get under to remove his leverage or her leverage or their leverage, they might just go ahead and pop off whatever big plan they're doing. Because here's the thing, it's all big major things that they've been doing with trying to disrupt the activities. There's only one big activity left, Burley.
You're right. Still got about... He looks at his watch and gonna move the clock a bit. What? Yeah, we've got about 2 more hours till Big Top is supposed to happen. And
The crowning.
yeah.
Well, I do know that Mr. Light was very interested in talking to Grizz about working here. So maybe that could be our in, to get an audience with him to discuss in private what might be going on. Like, if we don't think he's in league with this trickster, but is instead being blackmailed or coerced in some fashion, a private meeting could lead to him acknowledging that or divulging that fact and or where to look for this person or who they are.
And we did try to make the carnival a lot better tonight, just due
Yeah.
to our actions.
So he knows that we are on his side, hopefully.
Yeah, no, he does. He does tend to get a good read of it. I know that rod he's got. That's something that like is his thing, and he seems to have a really good read on like people's emotions and like how they're feeling at all times.
Mhm.
And sometimes he's like very happy about it, but sometimes he can really push trying to go one way or the other if he knows you're really not feeling it. So,
Yeah.
you know, he means well, but sometimes comes off a little aggressive.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little toxic positivity.
Yeah, no, it kind of is. And you know, I don't know if that's like stress or anything or what. I don't know what the guy been through before this.
And
But,
just managing this kind of a thing puts a lot of stress on a person. Does he go to therapy?
No, we
Yeah,
don't
we-
have therapists around here.
No,
You
we
sure
travel
do.
too much.
Yeah, and also fees for them be way too expensive to accommodate for that.
True.
No,
Yeah, the
yeah.
Healthcare system in this.
I mean, our dental's
Realm.
not even that great.
We don't even. I mean, our dental really is. You lost a tooth, we can get another one in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't
Beverly
question where the tooth
scrunches
came
his
from.
face.
Don't. He looks towards Taco, like outside the like looks outside towards the cabin to Taco.
Do you think Taco could have done it?
Oh, I think Taco definitely does it. I'm for that man.
Let's keep that as a plan Z just in case.
Fine. Alright. Okay. But I would say if we do have a reason to beat him up, I'll take it.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Yeah.
I have tried to get on that man's good side so many goddamn times,
Like,
and
what?
every
I
single
don't get it. What makes him like that? Why does he say nothing and stare at you? Like,
one time, I swear to God, I offered him a sandwich. He just blanked me like one eye, then the other, and just open.
Oh, whoa.
He did
quite odd.
the frog thing.
Oh, whoa.
you're adding the reasons why I don't trust this man. I think that's a good thing. That's how I know I really can trust you, Zed.
You know, he just might be somebody who likes to keep to himself, and, you know, I've seen many patients with weird eye things.
No.
I think you're going a little...
No, he's smug about it.
assumption
Like,
you get.
No. Fiverr, I want you to look.
I mean, he
at
is a
that
clown,
man. I
though.
want you to look at that man. He like just like a soft like gesture toward like to move your head towards like the little window on the door to like look towards him. Look at that smug look. He looks at you like he knows something you don't, and he wants to keep it that way. But he's not gonna tell you what he knows. I wouldn't be surprised if he has something on them. After all, he's hopping around these wagons like I am.
And
What
I've
does
never
he-
once seen him do a thing.
Yeah, I was just about to ask him. Does he do anything?
Not that I've ever seen. That doesn't mean he didn't.
Well, I mean... Do you think he could be the one, then? The trickster? Like, the whispering, trying to keep quiet so he doesn't hear.
Well, I mean, he hasn't moved from this spot. I saw him here this morning.
Okay, so...
You said, but it's like, do you think he may have been in the same exact spot?
I don't think he's moved an inch.
Wasn't that
Well,
kind of
you-
suspicious?
To an extent, but it's like suspicious in another way. Unless he has like an accomplice. But here's the thing, he's been traveling with us. If this person's just showed up tonight, he wouldn't be traveling with us.
Well, I was saying that this trickster thing's more recent. There
Yeah.
have been people stealing stuff too.
Oh, well, what? If the trickster and the stealing's two different things, he might be responsible for the stealing.
Maybe.
Maybe stealing enough that he's seen somebody trickster in.
Maybe something to get off his back. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, I don't know, paying someone off to diverge attention away from him.
Okay. So we have a couple lines of thought. Taco, the weird man who blinks weird. A possibility of our bosses being blackmailed. And a variety of, and some form of trickster going around doing things and is unrecognizable.
And it could be a combination of any one of them. Or it could be all of them.
Mm-hmm. Burley,
Yeah.
I know you're a busy man, but you're here. Do you want to keep an eye on Taco while we go talk to the bosses?
Yes.
And when I say keep an eye on them, I do not mean beat them up.
I know that. No, I know I'm a man. Just not beat up a person without given reason. I'm just waiting for it.
Fair enough.
And-
Fair enough.
No one wants an angry clown on against them.
They don't.
You know, that's just bad luck to have.
All right. So he lets you guys go out and let you attempt to get Grit to execute your plan to get the private meeting
Mhm.
with Grizz and Mr. Light.
Because he was interested in Grizz joining the circus. We can use that as the end. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to just get a private session with him, a conversation, away from prying ears and eyes, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So if there is any blackmailing of any sort, he'll feel safe enough to talk with us, knowing no
Yo,
one's-
wait a second. Hold on. Let me get some info.
Yeah. What's your
We need to be away from prying ears. We need to be away from people. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this would be best.
How many people can fit on a swan?
You know 8.
That we have less than 8 people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
We'll be off in the middle of the lake. No one else around us. It'll just be us.
Sir, this is an excellent idea.
And I know there's at least one swan there who's been real just thinking a storm. A, he probably would just like the company. But B, he may know something. She may know something. Hear that they may know something.
Let me double check. Let me double check so you can feel comfortable knowing their gender identity.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see.
You gave me one bit of previous
I
knowledge.
did.
I'm gonna use
I
it.
did. Let's see. What is Featherton? Featherin. Featherin is a woman. She is a she.
She.
Yee. All right.
So yeah, so I think that should be kind of the plan. Get Mr. Light, get on the boat, get Mr. Light on the pretense of talking about the like getting Grizz into the circus, and then just also start kind of ribbing him on so things been going weird.
Yeah, we definitely want to make sure that my son is working in a safe environment, and if there's tricksters and pranksters running around making this place unsafe, how would I as a father feel about that, you know? Also, I wanted to include chat and when we walk outside to make sure that chat knows what's going on.
Chat, if you want, while they're having a talk, do you want to do a perception check?
Yes. Let me do a
Ooh.
19.
As you're sort of like having the weird funk, just sort of being outside and like trying not to look at Taco, who is, no matter which direction you
Being
look at,
fascinated by
looking
Taco.
at you. He's like a painting. It's so fucking weird.
Oh gosh.
Magic painting and only the worst kind.
Yeah, you have a painting of a man. You swear that's not a face painting, which was supposed to work. But as you're sort of like maybe looking on the ground, like sort of just like trying to buy your time, you notice feathers. They look very similar to yours, but you know they're not yours. Definitely similar breed, though.
And this is still the backstage area where quite a few people come through, right?
Hmm.
I said this is still like the back area. Dad,
Yeah.
do you work with anyone who looks like me?
Memory check.
No. You don't work with the only birds you know you work with are swans.
Uh, not really. I mean, you're the first con around today, at least. We've had a
I'm
little
just gonna immediately point to the feathers on the ground and just say, "Not mine."
Well, that is some information. No one who isn't working here is supposed to get back here.
Trickster?
Possibly. If ever wants to get down on the ground and look closer at the feathers.
Are you doing a divine sense?
No, I
Just double checking.
I just keep clicking the wrong button. when
Oh,
I'm trying to stop it.
understandable. Alright. Well, what do you want to do, Fiverr? You were saying you were looking on the ground and...
Well, about the feathers, but then also I probably realize at this point Grizz is not around. Maybe I haven't heard from Grizz.
Yeah, Grizz.
Where's Grizz?
Did you not go
My
to the
son!
back? Or are you just like vibing somewhere else?
Right. So when they were talking to the bugbear,
Yeah.
he just got bored and wandered off, and
Alright.
I was curious about this funny little ring of standing stones over here.
Fun little ring of standing stones. Let's see if that's actually a thing and not just decorative. Because I do know...
Yeah, so I don't know if it's a thing. It's not.
That's
labeled,
just like a thing that's there. It seems to be like probably where like a gift shop, where like some gift shops are. Like you see some merchandise for like the Golden Lion, and there's like some shirts that were like for like a Blue Devil, but they seem to be like some people are like working real quick to make it invisible, like to add like only like the layer, like the outline of it to make it the Invisible Devil now.
Mhm.
And as well as like general
I rode the mystery mine and all I got was this t-shirt.
wait, actually, let me see. Actually, I think that's supposed to be... Oh, okay, that's weird. I don't think... Yeah, okay. So I think I know what that area actually is supposed to be. It's not labeled for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
But this seems to be where a lot of carnival games are around.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it took me a bit, because again, it's not labeled.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, this is... Where is it? Yeah, this is where a bunch of... These are sort of the small stalls, where there are various little...
It's the mid-weight arcade.
Yeah, like this is where you see like a lot of displays for like getting you know, I'm gonna go to like a Mr. Light-esque theme now because I feel like that fits the sort of glamour here.
Oh, like throw darts at balloons, go
Yeah, it's
fishing,
those kinds of
little things to get prizes.
That's why Glamour just starts playing.
Ring around the.
In particular, some things you notice are like some really fancy like cookies with like sugary dust on them. Oh god, this sounds nightmarish because it's also going off of like... Oh god. Music, please.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm hearing it twice.
Oh no!
I think it's going through stream.
I don't know.
See,
about
I just feel like I'm in New
now
Orleans
listening
right
to
now.
the stream and it's just a cacophony.
Oh gosh.
A cacophony?
Okay. That's much better. Okay.
Gladly.
Okay. I'm no longer.
That'd be
I'm no
that'd be
longer in
cacophony.
New or Hell.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
How's the po' boys?
Yes. Yeah, you see a lot of, like, you see things like a very powder, like, sparkly cookies, little, like, some very shiny drinks, like, just a lot of, like, treats and, snacks and everything for display, but they do seem to require little tickets, that you can only win in some of these games. Congratulations, you've entered the Chuck E. Cheese area of the carnival. And
Okay. Well, I think Grizz, while this conversation has been going on, has been like walking around and watching like the other people playing the games until he understands. It's like they go up, they, I assume, pay something.
each game costs a punch of the ticket.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
expensive. But yes.
But also, you can get some cool prizes.
Yeah. So Grizz is definitely like he's been like watching some other people, and he's probably gonna find some game that involves like throwing, because he's good at throwing. He thinks.
I can tell you the throwing game. That is called the Almajaj Ring Toss. This
Backstage, we just call it the throwing game.
Yeah. Almirage is no mirage. Adorn its horn with 2 or 3 rings to win a prize. If you would like to play it, I will tell you the rules.
Yes, Grizz thinks he can do it, so he's gonna play.
This game involves tossing rings over a horn of a wooden statue of an Almirage, a cute bunny-like creature with a horn like a unicorn's, and parentheses. The Almirage teleports around the tabletop, making it hard to score a horn successfully. Participants get 3 rings, and they must toss it towards the Almirage's horn. It requires a DC redacted dexterity check. 2 successful tosses earn 1 roll, earn 1 prize, and 3 you will get 2 prizes.
All right. Grizz is gonna give this a shot.
All right, so you get your
Waits
ticket
in
punch.
line, gets his ticket punch, and takes his rings.
Yeah, all right. So, roll a dexterity check.
All right. Just checking to see if I had anything. I do not. Okay. So, dexterity.
Yep,
just
just raw
dexterity.
dex.
No proficiency. Okay.
Yep. Ooh,
13.
unlucky shot right there. You toss it out, and like you're about to get it, and then pop, teleports like 5 inches to the right. Ooh,
Ah.
you see like a gnome that's around your head going like, ah, unfortunate luck, buddy, but it's okay. If you're good enough, you can still get 2 more and still get a fabulous prize.
All right. Grizz tosses again.
Ooh, you get it! You see it like teleport around, and you finesse it in a way where like it's about to teleport out, but it just catches on the ring of it. You curve it in just the right way. You get 1 more shot. This will determine if you get a prize or not. No! You are so... The stakes are so high for you. You know, I'll tell you, one of these prizes that you were looking for in particular was a replica unicorn horn filled with candy. And you...
Oh man.
You get so excited that you can maybe get it. You drool a little bit at the thought. You throw it out. You realize, as time catches back to you, you were too lost in the unicorn dream, and it flies rearing off. Ooh, tough luck, buddy. But hey, if you want another chance, he gets out a little ticket puncher. We can make that work.
Maybe later.
All right, suit yourself.
I think
And,
maybe
someone
by that
will find me
time
now.
the crew's just starting to look for him, and
All right. So you guys see, you guys come over and you see a very dilapidated, Grizz, who has just recently had his first experience of losing a carnival game.
It's my boy. What happened? Like Fiverr hopping,
I was
concerned.
trying to
Concerned
win The unicorn horn full of candy, but I lost.
Nah, it's not too much.
Anyway.
Well, it happens.
This, I think, is a better vibe.
Okay.
Anyway, Fiverr, I
to
wanted
like
to talk to you.
to a Grizz losing at a carnival game. Like, what happened, my boy? I threw a ring and I didn't hit.
There.
I look at the guy running the thing. Was this on the up and up today?
This has been going on. This has been going on.
I give him a little bit of a side eye. He's like, you know what I'm talking about.
Hey, he lost fair and square. That's all I'll say. He got one in. I'm impressed.
Sir?
Grizz goes up to Fiverr and says, Fiverr, I've been thinking, and, well, he pulls out, Mr. Light's, business card, and he says, if I want to work here with everybody, but only if you want to too.
No, that's a big decision, and you know, I've always been kind of the traveling sort. We both have. We both lived away from people, but these folks seem like they're travelers too, and I don't know. Maybe that wouldn't be so bad.
And you're like good at helping people, so maybe
I do
you know
love helping
they can
people.
use someone like you.
Yes,
And
I've recently found out they don't have any therapy at hand. I mean, it wasn't my strongest suit through my studies, but I did take some psychological courses and things, and plus, look at the points to Zebediah getting beat up on a daily basis without any regards for their teeth or skulls. I mean, they certainly could use help, I think.
he could use a good berry. Anyway, yeah. So we should.
Well, I was thinking the same too.
Can we go talk to Mr. Light?
I just go,
Certainly.
thank God we don't have to explain shit. All right, let's go get Mr. Light.
Well, wait, there were those feathers, though. I think definitely talking to
Feathers?
Mr. Light is important. But I don't want to ignore the going-ons of someone sneaking around. Do we want
Wearing
to divide our efforts? Chad, we don't want to keep
Fuck.
you on your own. But what would you want to do?
I had just assumed that chat would be very interested in helping with figuring out this trickster and going with the swan plan, but
Either or. Like, we could
Now
definitely
that
check
you-
the feathers after.
Now that you ask their opinion,
Yeah. I want to know what you want.
chat actually is taken aback at this as well. Not just out of character, but in character. Like, I hadn't considered what. We'll look later.
Okay, sounds good. Let's all go together.
Okay.
I point to Zebediah, not point, but like gesture for Zebediah to lead the way.
I just lead him to where Mr. Light is and kind of agent for Grizz, just kind of like, look, I know you want him to be in this, be here, but like, he's a cool kid, and I want to make sure he gets a good deal.
of course. Now, if he wants to talk, I understand. If you want to be a little representative, after all, being around here, I understand. Why don't we go back to the staff area? I feel like Mr. Witch would appreciate knowing about, he knows more about how much will be paid, what your benefits will be, all of those wonderful things, but I'll tell you what you'll expect for being a performer and whatnot. He's more business. But we do need him every now and then.
Crud, I'm trying to think of a way to like convince him to get onto the swan
Yeah, me too. I'm doing brain churning.
Because Mr.
What
Wish
about making the decision somewhere scenic?
Ooh. And what do you have in mind, my little friend? He's like curious about this. He's piqued his interest.
Under the moonlight, reflected in the water.
Oh,
Something spectacular.
interesting.
Dazzling?
That sounds good to me. Spectacular moment needs spectacular setting, am I right?
And true, and if we want Grizz to be part of the circus, he should see much as he possibly can before he truly makes his decision.
I will want...
Details.
I will say, chat, since you're the one who initiated this, I will ask you to do a persuasion check.
Alright.
Somewhere scenic.
nothing.
Bird is selling timeshares.
No!
No!
The stat that I worked the hardest in.
No!
Can our attempts at helping the argument give them advantage?
Yeah.
Do you want high or low?
Always go high. I've
Low.
learned my lesson.
Low?
Oh,
Alright,
wait.
I'll go for low.
Well,
I will give you advantage.
Oh!
See, for me, sometimes, like, I honestly don't know what an appropriate call is, so I'll just ask you what you want. Do a 50-50 shot. Oh.
it's still
It's better than the
it's
nat.
a 7, but it's
Better
it's
than
better
the
than
nat
the-
1.
Mhm.
yeah.
Hold on, wait a second.
Mm-hmm. What do you got up your sleeve? Alright, usually that's a reaction, but considering we're not in combat, I will allow this.
I also got, and I think now would be, I don't know if I had to use this in advance. The seed bonus?
Yes, you can use that. I'd say do that
will
before Bardic
definitely
Inspiration.
burn that right now.
Alright, okay.
Munching on the seed.
Two, let's see. He's interested. You could tell right now he may not be 100%. He may be like thinking that he goes, well, I know Mr. Witch still would want some more of want to be in on this, but I am interested. If anything, I'm curious, because Mr. Witch is a man of practicalities, you know? What kind of practical things do you think we can reassure him? You know, he can write down... How do you think he's going to write down his business notes and do his ledger on there? After all, I hear although the ride is very beautiful and very scenic, the wind can make it a bit shaky. Tell me, dear friend, dear young bird, what is the best way we can make such a stick in the mud at times, have a little fun while still being a stick in the air, as it were? He seems right now, he is amused by the idea, and he sort of wants a little bit more elaboration on it. Like, he's similar to, say, the early phases of Zebediah's fight, where it's like, you haven't won, but you piqued the interest.
Well, sir, if I may interject real quick, we do gotta make sure we have a case for Mr. Witch, to hire this boy. We need to polish up his portfolio, his resume, as it were. Make sure he looks nice, clean,
Those
and
are
presentable.
words he does love using, yes.
Because you know damn well he's not gonna spend a dime he doesn't think is absolutely necessary.
This is true, yes.
And I mean, you, a consummate performer, will be excellent at trying to figure out how to make this kid as good a performer as he can be, and be that much more enticing. And what better way to do that than in a silent, faraway area, so we can really pick your brain about things.
All right.
Ching.
I will talk to him and see what I can do. I know he's a bit stubborn, but I'll see what I can do. Of course, I am going to let the word be his, cause he's the man with the money, and I'm not going to stop him there.
Fair.
And Mr. Light goes into the big top to presumably talk to Mr. Witch.
I start looking at Giz and go like, all right, kid, we need to actually see what we can actually do, because he cannot lie. He was telling the truth there. This would be good information to have for Giz if he wants to really join Circus.
Mm-hmm. No, you brought up some legit good points.
Well, I think the Grizz is amazing, and he has so much talent to offer. Combined with me adding, like, I am willing to work dirt cheap. I've worked dirt cheap all of my wandering years as a by-the-road doctor. I mean, there's a reason why, people, when they're dying on the side of the road, they'll pay anything. I don't take advantage of that. I'm a kind, good-hearted person, and so we could argue that having a doctor on hand for both psychological and physical needs for such low cost would be a benefit in and of its own, on top of an entertainer. It's getting two sides of the coin for less than the cost of the coin.
I mean, Chet, you can do
Grizz
impressions.
attempts to do a handstand, like as he saw one of the clowns do that earlier.
Do an acrobatics check. Oh wait, you did athletics and
Or
got a
roll the,
4. Oh no.
It's
Because you
It's harder than it
put him on an
looks.
off day.
you topple over like a Jenga tower.
He's been disheartened from the loss.
He's
of the
been
ring
disheartened
toss
by
game.
the loss.
Wait, I will turn the falling over into a tumble and a leap to my feet. No.
It's not that graceful. You think it was cool.
It's like,
I just give a small. You did your best, kid. You did your best.
I swear, I've seen him do much more
I
significant.
swear he's cool.
Someone turned into a snail earlier. I know this.
It's just you gotta get in the headspace, my boy. You gotta. Don't be nervous. Don't think about it. Just be you.
Well, let's see. What else can I do? I'm really good at throwing rocks, and I can.
Here's a question.
When I
You're
get
good at throwing
angry.
rocks. Can you throw rocks in a circle? I grab 3 rocks and I hand them. Can you juggle?
Ah.
All right. Grizz casts magic stone on the rocks, and I argue that this allows him to juggle with wisdom. And then I roll 25.
We're just getting a
KB.
hypnotic phase. for these-
KB, I love your thinking. I truly do.
The dungeon master was too stunned to speak.
And I love the confidence.
Here's the thing, though. You need to have prior information to know how to juggle.
Yeah, you have to gain the experience, the
The
wisdom
skill.
of-
It's a wisdom-like skill.
Right. In that case, no proficiency, so only a 23.
Oh, in that case, I'll let it go this time because that was really cool and smart.
Yeah.
I appreciated the bullshit you tried to slid, and me as a fey trickster, I will let it go this time.
Oh damn, the kid be juggling. Kid be
Oh,
juggling.
Lord, he juggling.
Whoa! I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know either.
Now just keep that up, and they might be impressed when they walk out.
Hold on. Give me just a
Just keep it up. Just keep juggling.
Just keep on going. That's
Walk
it.
out here and be amazed. Oh, but we
Grizz
shouldn't amaze
tries-
him too much.
While juggling, Grizz tries to think of other things he could do. Oh, also, when I get angry, the plants and stuff grow. I don't think other people do that. Whoops! He drops the rock.
This one, he's still got two going. I pick up the one that dropped and toss it back at him for him to catch midair to continue the juggling cycle.
Do a dexterity check to try and. No!
Who, me?
Oh, I was acting dog of fiber, but they seem to even fail, even with their wise rock skill.
Oh, that's right. A magic stone would have worn off after throwing it, so it would have been.
It would have been a
So that would have been
dangerous
a five.
magical weapon.
Well, in that case, I argue he should roll the dex, and that wisdom didn't count.
No. I'll use the same d20, so it's still a 3 on the d20, so it's only a 5.
Also, where is this pog? I just had it a while ago. And now I cannot.
Poggers.
Why must you do this to me, Roll20?
That's so not Pog.
It's so not pog.
Indeed.
Indeed, yeah. Let's see, what is
Oh,
it like?
share.
In Pog.
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 Pog. It's my favorite Sylvan word.
Pogsable.
Pogsible. There.
I'm trying to laugh quietly because my partner's getting ready for bed.
Aww.
So I have to, really obscure my laughs.
As you're having a fun time with all these rocks. Grizz. You feel a very familiar pair of eyes staring you down.
Oh! Fiver, look, it's a frog.
I look over to where he's pointing. Do I see the frog?
Roll a perception check.
I shall. Right about now.
Can I also do a perception check because we're all in the same group?
You may. Alright, I'm waiting for Zebs.
I'm looking for it. Hold on, give me a second.
I hope it's better than mine. I was just received.
Okay.
The best of us.
Zeb, you notice after Grizz points out the thing he was talking about, you notice a little bloop as something seemed to have gone into the water incredibly fast, like within a split second.
That doesn't normally happen around here, does it?
No!
Did
I
Zeb
guess they had
learn?
somewhere else to be.
Did Zeb learn where they parked this time? Did anybody say oh yeah, no, we're in this place now, Zeb?
What do you mean by that? Park what?
Like the circus, because the whole thing moves and
Yeah.
from town to town.
Yeah.
Did we have it? Did I get any information of by the way, we're in fucking Nebraska?
I mean, you guys, it's an 8-year circuit, so, you may have, but it's, it doesn't seem notable. Seemed like a small town, something called Hollow Trunk. The only thing novel about it is it's got, a hollow tree at the beginning of its township. But other than that... Nothing weird that you've heard about. Like, it isn't, like, known for, its snake problems or anything, you know?
Uh, I just kind of look to Fiverr and chat outside of the ear of the child because they're full of wonder and I do not want to ruin it by my brutal
Mhm.
honesty. Look, that doesn't normally happen around here. I think our list is growing and we need to be some detectives.
I agree. I didn't see anything. But did you? Did you see something?
Look, there ain't supposed to be any animals in there. That is a closed circuit and something was living in there.
Well, yeah, like I guess a good way to hide if you were a trickster or someone stealing from this place would be in the water and nobody really looks in there. Should we
Hmm.
go investigate or I mean, Mr. Light is taking quite a while. Maybe we have some time we could go take a gander. Or one of us goes and the rest stay here or Grizz, you seem to have more experience with this creature. Did it seem nice or it didn't attack you, right? Like it just asked you for
Oh yeah,
children?
it was. They were nice. A frog just, yeah. We talked, and they asked me what I was doing, and I said I was looking for a rock, and to replace the one I lost in the mystery, in the scary thing, and um, and yeah, and then they told me that they could help me, but they wanted me to look out for anyone who wasn't supposed to be here. Um,
Hmm.
but I'm not gonna.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you've had time to think about that. Because I don't know if it's safe for children to be given to strangers. Like, if they're snuck in, they should probably be sent to the officials. Uh, but also not ruining their good time. Like, there's a lot to it. I don't know if this person is an official capacity. Would you say so, Zeb? May I call you
Uh,
Zeb?
yeah.
Okay.
Uh, I'm not aware of any such thing happening in a official capacity.
No official
Normally,
frogs.
So if anything, they're sneaking into the carnival. We should
I mean,
turn them into themselves
Huh?
and go have a talk with them.
You know,
Rat 'em
a
out.
a frog wasn't wearing the wings.
This is true. You do know this.
This could be the one we're looking for.
trim
Or
trim.
that, or if not, they might have seen who we're looking for if they're traveling amongst the river, which goes all throughout the carnival, from what I've seen.
And we are getting on the swan ride, which goes
Yes.
through the river.
Mm-hmm.
So we are hitting multiple birds with one stone.
Uh,
Not you, Chad. I'm sorry
yeah,
about
turns
that
to
expression.
chat.
Hitting.
Cat is
Oh, I'm good at hitting birds with stones.
Cat didn't
I
notice
needed for
the
food.
allusion to birds and
Yes,
stones,
yes.
and is still trying to contact juggle the stone that was left on the ground.
Dexterity check. Do sleight of hand specifically.
Sleight of hand. I never said that chat was doing well. First day with the Fushigi, but we were all there.
Alright, as you do that, I'm gonna
Good
get
try.
out a very special thing because, fun fact, behind the scenes, I rolled for this.
Ooh.
And I will once I have it out, I will tell you the result of that roll. So, after some juggling attempts from chat, you notice I'm gonna change the music a bit. Let's see, should I give Mr. Witch his own little theme?
Yes.
Let's see. Do. Actually, I feel like this captures the the energy of these two. So, you see two individuals that sort of, get sort of attention from you two. You see Mr. Light, who is a long, lanky man, and you see the absolute unit that is Mr. Witch, who's definitely a well-endowed fellow, with a very modest-looking suit. Not the best, but definitely very affordable. He's got like a nice little
He
robe.
maintains it.
Hmm?
It's a cheap suit, but he maintains
He
it.
does
He keeps it.
very well. For all you know, you heard once that this was the first suit he bought, and he sure has kept it well. He's got like a little watch as if he's checking, and he just looks over towards Mr. Light and goes, "I hope you know we only have about 1 more hour. I hope this is quick." "Oh no, don't worry. I'm pretty sure it'll be a quick pitch. After all, we'll have a nice scenic ride and everything. Time will fly by like it's nothing." Not sure.
Mr. Light, Mr. Witch, hello.
By the way, I want you to know, Mr. Witch rolled a nat 1 on his insight versus, like a persuasion check. From Mr. Light, and that's why he's here.
Oh my god.
Like, I was Mr. Light rolled pretty high, but Mr. Witch just rolled a 1, and it's like, I see.
I was wondering why he was like, "Oh, there's only 1 hour left. Oh, time will fly by."
Yeah, no, it basically was like a steamed hams gag, basically, where it's like, "Mr. Light, why are you putting your..." Mr. Light, I thought you said this was a bear exhibit. Did I say bear exhibit? I meant grizzly performance. But yes, Mr. Witch is like looking at his stopwatch and just going like, "Oh, we best make it quick. For this business, since this is a matter of business, I will cover the finances of this evening ride." He gets out like his own ticket that he purchased.
Oh.
And
Thank you.
when you guys go up to the gondola swans, he will punch a ticket for all of you.
Much appreciated.
Thank you, Mr. Witch. You didn't have to do that.
I did. Now, everyone get in.
Yes, sir. Zebediah immediately acts like that young southern kid when the grandma tells him to fucking shape
no,
up.
he's got the energy of like, "You don't talk back." Like, he is just a very stern man, and like you don't see him often, but when you do, you automatically assume you're in trouble. Here, I'll move there. Alright. So, you guys get onto the gondola, and Mr. Witch, as he gets on, sort of like sits down. There's a notable like as like he just has a lot of weight to him that like the gondola sort of swings to away till the swan adjusts it just right. And he gets out, like, he sort of clicks his watch a little bit, and out of his pockets, like, this sort of like little table, like almost a table you would have for like a like when you're having like your TV dinners, like that kind of table.
Yeah.
He gets out one of those, and like it sort of comes out of his pocket, sort of sets up, gets out like a ledger as well as some other like miscellaneous papers and everything. Gets out and goes like, "Alright, first off, the person applying is..." He gets out like a little pair of like glasses. He's got like eyes that are like just dark, like black, but they have like the whites of his eyes are black, but he's got like bright blue eyes. He gets out like little tiny glasses that sort of like emphasize this as he like looks at his papers and goes like, "Yes, no, I believe the person applying is Grizz. May Grizz identify himself."
That's me. Grizz is what they call me.
Do you have a
Oh,
last
it's-
name, Grizz?
What's the last name?
I'm right. He's got
I
none.
don't know.
He just like writes
Sometimes
down
people have two
none.
names. Fiverr leans in to say to Grizz, it's like some people
Oh,
just have two
well, they
names.
also
know-
call me Dog.
Hmm.
I also go by Dog, so yeah.
I
Is
just
that,
lean over
a,
to Piper.
is that a
Didn't give
preferred
him.
name you like around the workplace, or is that your surname?
What's a surname?
Fiverr's like
Yeah.
leans in.
He looks over at Mr. Witch as if like, we're going to employ this man. A surname is sort of like your legacy name, the name that you would give to your children and the children after that, or your father gave to you. Who knows, really? And you know, it really could be anything. If you wanted to be Dog, why, good boy to you then.
I lean over to Piper. Ain't he your
Okay.
kid?
Then
Didn't you adopt him?
I mean, yeah, in a way, not officially, I guess, but
And
guess
Mr.
Dog,
Watch, like,
yes.
there's like a point where like he sharply looks at you after overhearing that you are a parent figure and goes like, I see, so you're the parental guardian? He gets like a different
yes.
form.
yes, sir. I
Name.
was actually hoping
Your name,
to
sir?
work here with him.
Oh,
Fiverr.
very good, but I will need this for his form too. Fiverr, you said?
Yes, sir.
Any surname?
Just Fiverr.
None. He is like an A. Alright. First, I have been informed that Grizz, you have been seeking to be a performer here at the circus. Tell me, do you have any skills or past employment?
well, no, past employment. Okay, you wouldn't say that. No, I mean this will be my first job. I lived in the woods until I met Fiverr. But like I could do lots of cool. What'd you say?
Tell him about the juggling kid.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can juggle rocks and I can turn into stuff.
He's really good at
and-
snails. And this was his first try.
And Mr. Locke can tell you, he does a damn good snail.
He does. He did win, and this was perfectly square. Hell, we had Zebediah piloting him, but frankly, he didn't even need it. All right.
I'd never been a snail before, but that was fun. But you know, I can do lots. I can do other animals too. I can do bears or a wolf, a big wolf.
And you know how much safer it will
or
be for
something,
me
or
wrestling
something small too.
for someone like me to wrestle a person turned into a bear than wrestle actually a bear.
No sign of Seymour.
Tell me, Grizz. He like looks over, turns over a piece of paper. When was a time you had a disagreement with someone and you persuaded them to work with your side?
Let me think for a moment.
Yeah, he's like giving you actual like job interview questions.
Well, could you repeat the question? Because I had to
All right.
think for a moment.
When was one time you had a disagreement with someone and you persuaded them to be on your side? As you pause,
Let's
he
see.
looks
Grizz,
over to
I
his
think
stopwatch.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Grizz at this point would tell, would misunderstand the question and tell something about disagreeing with like a wolf that wanted to take away his lunch, and how he hit it with a stick until it went away.
Fiverr, as the legal guardian, supporting Grizz, I'm gonna have you roll an insight check to see how Mr. Witch is taking this part of the interview.
I don't think an insight check is necessarily necessary.
Oh, I know. I just thought that would be funny. You know. Oh no, the kid's botching it. You can tell. Like...
I mean, it is a form of problem solving.
Yeah. Survivor would then, realizing this, lean in and say, well, I was also hoping to maybe provide my skills to this.
And we will ask
carnival.
you when it gets to your interview. Please, Fiverr, wait your turn.
Yes, sir. Wait, no, you should roll for intimidate. No,
No, you can't. Tell me.
Okay, I wanted to would it be intimidation? I want to try to press the conversation in the direction of, well, I want to know if this place is safe for
Roll persuasion.
All right. As a father figure, I got to make sure this. I've heard tales of pranks and people almost getting hurt. I don't think I want my son to work in a place like that. Oh wait, no, that's wrong. Wait, that's perception.
That's
not
perception. We're gonna get persuasion.
Where are you, persuasion?
I get it. It's got per.
Yeah, like 3 of them in a row. Perception, performance, persuasion.
11. Those are valid concerns. However, right now we're not at the point for you to ask questions. I'm the person asking the questions right now. Grizz. Say someone was not pleased by your performance. How would you take that criticism?
Well, I don't know. I guess fine. I mean, if they have something I can do better, then I'm willing to learn. But, I don't know.
Zeb's just nodding. Yes, you're answering correctly.
He's looking at you.
Like, as long as, I mean...
Grizz, what would you think is your biggest weakness?
I can't fly.
Is that all?
Oh.
His look is staring
not
right
swimming.
through you.
Well, I'm not great at swimming either.
There's a deafening
I guess-
pause.
I guess I don't know a lot of things.
And tell me, if you got this simple, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
With you guys. And, maybe wrestling?
Okay. If you did get this job, what payment are you seeking?
You know? Food?
Oh, I was really hoping guess for, you know.
Same.
Simply just food?
Well, and whatever Fiverr says we need.
I would hope a reasonable compensation for our efforts, so that way, not only are we provided food and shelter, but can go and have a sizable savings in the longer term.
I can assure you that
For retirement, you know.
there is another deafening pause. I will say, being a part of the Witchlight Carnival, you will be provided food and shelter. After all, we cannot have performers hungry. Work requires a lot of physical activity. As for payment, considering you just want to be reasonably compensated, we could definitely give you at least 8 silver for every performance you do. Which, mind you, for like comparison for like human money, that's like $80. Yes.
I think like the books would say something like a gold piece a day for like
They
skilled
would.
labor. So
They would, wouldn't
like
they?
8 silver, so 8 silver's pretty not bad.
Yeah.
Um
Mm-hmm.
That's
uh
good carny work.
so but of course Grizz has very little concept of how much a silver is worth compared to a gold.
Mm-hmm.
So
Who has a fiber to... No, that's
yeah,
okay.
so when Mr. Witch says that, Grizz just kind of looks at Fiverr to like, is this good? Is this bad?
Fiver's like doing a little chin scratch of him on himself, like thinking, but and nodding head.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, that's pretty reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alright. Well, I think I've learned enough about you, Grits. He then looks his eyes slowly.
Grizz.
Grizz. He adds another.
Not
You see him
Grits.
like firmly add like another Z onto the work form. His eyes slowly move towards Fiverr. Your name is Fiverr. It is spelled Fiver, correct?
Sir?
And you also wish to seek employment. What skills can you provide for the Witchlight Carnival?
I'm a long-standing traveling doctor that offers aid, and I've noticed quite an abundance of need for my kind of skills here, and I like to be on the road, and this carnival seems to travel, so if my son here wants to work here, and I wouldn't mind tagging along, of course, wanting to make sure he stays safe. Lots of, like with Zebediah here, many head injuries, I've heard tooth losses, no dental care that I'm aware of, and I would be willing to provide my services, not only for the physical needs, but the mental needs, of the emotional welfare, and mental health of your employees. None of that seems to be of any concern that I can tell.
However, that is understandable why you may see that way. But I wish to show you, first off, I will show you the mentality of our fine workers. Of course, it is understandable being at a circus, you may see us all happy and merry, but we do get along together. We are one happy family, after all. I know Mr. Witch in particular knows how people are feeling at quite certain periods of time, and we have very much encouraged him to work out differences and rough feelings. We also encourage a lot of people to work their issues together, oftentimes in group activities. You may notice some people grouped up in certain areas, specifically to settle differences or to perhaps encourage them to work together through their own problems. As for our physical issues, I understand that could also be quite a concern, especially when it comes to monetary circumstances, and I will admit our budget may not be as advanced as other places. I can assure you we do provide basic medical care. We do as well have dental plans, although they are limited due to the fact that, again, we are very mobile. But we do... What particular medical skills are you a specialist in, Mr. Fiver?
I'd say my specialties lie mostly in surgery, but I have dabbled in many other realms of medicine to make sure that I'm quite well rounded. But in a pinch, you need something sewn or taken out, I'm your rapid man.
Alright. Fiver, what is one time you had a conflict and you got someone to be on your side of the argument?
Well, one time in particular I could think of was when Grizz and I were traveling down a forest road, and a group of travelers' wagon had been unfortunately drawn over the sides of a ditch, and one of the passengers had quite the fractured skull, and they were insisting that I not do anything to help them. I could tell that they were hiding something. They were probably I don't know, thieves or some sort, but that doesn't matter to me. All I care about is making sure that nobody is being caused harm, and I was able to persuade them to let me operate on that person then and there, while makeshift of the sorts was allowed enough time to give him to seek further medical help later on. And I take pride in that work.
Hmm. And tell me, Fiver, what do you consider your biggest weakness?
Sometimes I do get turned around. I tend to get lost at times. My sense of direction isn't very good, but that's why I have Grizz here. And Fiver leans in close to Grizz, gives him a little half hug, and says he's kind of my guiding compass, and I would very much like to stay with him. Not only because of that, but also being a father figure. We're kind of a package deal here.
And say, what was one time you did get lost, and how did you attempt to find your way?
Well, the reason why I became a traveling doctor in the first place is because I ended up finding myself traveling unwittingly through my loss of sense of direction. I ended up getting a dog for a while, which is its whole other story, but having a companion to help guide me tends to be the best option, and I think that's, not really too much of a weakness. Yes, it could be a weakness that I rely on others, but isn't relying on others what makes us stronger as a group? We all work together to do better.
Fiver, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Wherever my son is, I'm there to support him through and through. And to me, that doesn't matter where that's at. Preferably here, if that's what he wants.
I see. He looks over towards you, chat.
This bird who's here for no reason.
Yeah, because he hasn't heard about the bird, and goes he gets out another form. Name.
Cat.
Is it spelled with an H or with the AE?
Yes.
He writes down. Roll a perception check, chat, to see if he wrote it correct.
Yep. 16.
He writes it correctly.
Wow. That's a surprise.
Now, Boss Man's really good at writing down names.
Mm-hmm.
He only had to hear my name once. He
He
immediately
spelled
knew
it right. Tommy.
Yeah, but that's a long name.
Mm-hmm. Multiple syllables, too.
Chat. What kind of skills can you provide to the Witchlight Carnival?
Liability, protection, I'm handy.
Liability?
Yeah.
Did you say reliability or liability?
Liability.
Okay,
Liability.
I thought so. I just didn't know my hearing was off there. Because that is a very odd thing to say. Yeah, I'm a liability.
I don't know. Well, I'm both a liability and I take care of liabilities.
Tell me, how did you hear about our employment?
Zebediah just sits there and squirms a little. It's I think the answer's a little obvious.
He looks at you.
My guy.
Did you say my guy or by guy?
Yep. My guy.
I mean, either way, the answer's right for Zeb.
My guy?
My bye guy.
And tell me, chat. What was one time you had a conflict and you got one time you had a conflict and you got the other person to agree with your perspective. He's looking at his stopwatch with his deafening silence.
My mentor. When we met, we were enemies. He would kill me. I was persuasive.
Right. What would you say is your biggest weakness, Chat?
Mi- directly mimicking Grizz. I can't fly. Same tone, same affect.
Can't fly.
Can't fly.
Grizz pats you on the shoulder.
I see. Chat, what do you see yourself in 5 years?
I don't.
He looks at you curiously at that. Could you elaborate?
This is part of part of my creed. Acting for now. 5 years ago will be, or 5 years from now will be. I deal with tomorrow.
I see. I see. Alright. He closes his, like, little book and goes, I will say some of you have been quite promising. Some of you have been a joy to talk to. And normally I would open up for your own questions, but right now I have my own question now I've had a good chance to talk to you. Why do you really want to talk to me? And with that, because I see it's around time, I'm gonna cut around there.
Perfect.
Felt
Yeah,
like the
because I noticed it's a
time to
bit
do-
late for us in our normal time, and I was planning to go to the Feywild today, but honestly, I felt like when you were getting like, oh fuck, we're gonna have job interviews. You're gonna try to talk to Mr. Witch. Yeah, we're gonna have job interviews.
The whole time I was there, I'm like, am I gonna come up with a job interview cover, or am I gonna say I'm the notary?
Yeah, because it's like, yeah, no, as far as he knows, it's like, I know 2 of them are here. Who's this other person? Like, he's essentially, I'm gonna be real with you, bluffing with you and seeing how you react to this.
Oh no!
Like, he is sus when he sees you not mentioned. So, yeah.
Zeb is just sweating bullets because he knows Mr. Witch. And he
Yeah.
goes, this is fuck. I can't
Yeah.
say anything because he'll just shut me down. I can't say
Yeah, because, like, you notice, even Mr. Witch, Mr. Light has been pretty quiet for the most part. Like, he's been sort of having, like, a bit of a smirk, like, enjoying the show a little bit, but also it's like, he's letting him have his spotlight right now. God, I'm so glad you all enjoy like, oh
I
fuck,
did.
it's Mr. Witch.
Yeah. I was like, oh gosh, I
Yes.
gotta do my best roleplay game here.
Yeah, you got to impress your future boss.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta change the name of this episode in retrospect. Just call job application. How
I'm
to
all for
apply to Circus.
Ran away to circus.
Running away to join the circus.
Yeah.
So, I guess next time we'll actually, because for sure by next time you guys will go on to
lollygag a lot.
to pass the carnival night. But
This is about where I expected we'd get.
yeah.
It's a good stopping
I
point.
thought you were being optimistic that we were gonna get past it.
See, I was thinking of using, because I didn't know how you were going to go with the trickster route of like how you were going to explore that. Because you could have gone with this route trying to talk to them directly, like I presented, or you guys could have thought of something outside the box. Which as a DM I'm more prepared for, ironically enough.
Needs more fun too.
And honestly, if no one else noticed, if no one else noticed a frog, I probably would have used that to accelerate. But hey, I'm very happy how this ended up. I'm very glad I got to be scary boss.
Yeah.
See, I think that's like, I wouldn't say it's a negative, but it's just a thing because I work at the circus. There's no sneaking. We don't have to sneak anywhere. I can just get us anywhere into the circus.
Yeah.
So we don't have to. There's no need for subterfuge. It's just like, oh, I can just talk to the boss. I know the boss.
And like honestly, I think that's okay because I know, especially with our time limits and everything, I think that's okay. I think it's more of a time saver.
Yeah.
Like if I had you guys stealth your way to the staff area, that would be a lot more work that we didn't need to have.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, we could have fun bits, but it's like, nah. I'd rather you talk to Burley.
That was interesting too. I liked Burley.
Burley's cool. When I first saw his art, I was like, Burley!
He's got like little holes for his ears.
Yeah, I know! He's so good! His character. Okay, I'm gonna read something of Burley that I really love because this module gives you like a really good thing. Like they give you like the whole like what's their personality trait, ideals, bonds, etc. And his personality trait is I treat my brain like a muscle and I try to keep it strong. This boy is smart and strong.
Wow, he's got he's the whole package.
You see, I imagine Burley, Zebediah, North, and Red all get together on Wednesdays and play like this game. You roll dice and you play characters and
Red is the DM, of course.
No recursion.
Yes.
Roll instance.
One plays an orc, one plays an elf, one's a like angel cyborg robot thing, and the other's just full-on robot. Like they got some interesting characters.
Yeah, they're pretty wild.
Let's see.
Like I feel like
The recursion is too much for me.
So I would have to have Grizz would have to play a character that a kid would play. So I would be playing Grizz playing like some edgelord.
Hey, I know one time when I tried to get my younger cousins convinced to do D&D until I realized I should have made character sheets for them before.
Yeah.
One of them was like, "Can I play a wolf man? Can I play a wolf that has pink eyes?" I'm like, "Sure, man. Yeah, we can work that out." But it's like kids will ask like sometimes it's the oddest things of like, "I want to be this."
Yeah, it's either like just some random stuff or something that ties into like their favorite show.
Yeah.
I want to
To
be
be fair-
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
To be fair, that also works for like adults because in one of my games that I played Mad Mage on, one of them just plays Hatsune Miku. So like
Hatsune Miku.
And God, hey, Happy C, if you're out there watching this one day, I'm gonna talk about Hatsune Miku again. Hatsune Miku is an ASMR Bard Artificer multi-class. And their goal is to make many robotic Mikus to make a Miku army. They currently have 2 Mikus and have the knowledge to make a Golem Miku.
Whoa.
Oh gosh.
Just like a large, like a big metallic Miku that functions as the summon construct spell, but it's just there until destroyed.
You must destroy the Hatsune Miku.
See, I'm just imagining the Anamanaguchi song Miku. Miku, Miku, doo doo doo.
Miku rivals the power of our cult leader in the group, who has started to imprint on one of the party members, which is very great. Wizard on wizard emotional violence.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Emotional damage.
All right, but while we ponder on that, I think we'll set up a raid.
Alright.
Rade?
Yeah, I think we're gonna raid Yigi Evergreen, who is doing some art for their webcomic. It looks like. Yeah.
From the Fae to the Pixie.
Yeah, I haven't read the webcomic, but I know it's a pretty interesting concept because basically the idea of it is it's a magical girl genre, but it's in the perspective of a like middle-aged man who I think is a dad.
Yep. I was actually when he was first sketching the characters, he did it live.
I do remember.
Middle-aged dad turns into a young, like precure age magical girl who his daughter absolutely adores. So he's trying to keep the secret as much as he can.
Yeah, it seems really cute.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna give him a little bit of a raid appreciation.
Appreciate.
What should we put in the raid? Just hellos?
Yeah, just like hi there's if you have given me money, you could do pan pogs, perhaps pan hearts.
Oh, let me unlock the pan hearts. I ain't got money, but I've got channel points.
Ah yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. So the raid will start momentarily, and I hope all of you had a nice day or evening and have something nice to look back on. And I will wish you all
I did.
a bye-bye.
Bye.
What?
Good night, everybody.
You said it right when I pressed the funny button.
Oh, I love the
alright.
perfectly cuts.